You've installed a new countertop or sink, maybe even upgraded with a nice new faucet. You're all excited to get the plumbing installed, and uh-oh, the new sinkhole doesn't line up with the existing plumbing. Don't panic, don't call a plumber. Watch this short video. I'm going to show you 2 different ways you can easily move that plumbing over and get it aligned with your sink. In my case, I need to move the plumbing over about 1.5 inches to the right and about 1 inch to the rear. Hopefully your plumbing is already lined up left to right and you don't have to worry about that. Stay tuned, we'll move on to the front to back in a second. But for those that have to move the plumbing left or right a little bit, first check to see if your P-trap has an adjustment ring like this that you can unscrew to loosen, and it'll allow you to swivel your P-trap left to right. And if you don't have an adjustable P-trap, don't worry, we'll address that in a second. You don't have to take the P-trap off completely, just 1 or 2 turns will loosen it enough to allow you to swivel. It might be on there pretty good if it's older plumbing, so a pair of channel locks will help break it free. After swiveling the P-trap, you'll get it nice and straight left to right, but still left with, like in my case, about 1.5 inches to forward. Now for those of you who were able to get this far with an adjustable P-trap, I'm going to insert this quick shortcut for you before moving on to show the rest of you how to rebuild your P-trap. And the shortcut is this adjustable downpipe. You can get it at Lowe's for $15. And what it does is it allows you to make adjustments like I did here, cracking the bottom ring and the top ring in the opposite direction. It creates an offset. Here you got it probably about 1 inch, and you can keep repeating to get it further and further back. It'll insert over top of the original tailpipe and down into the plumbing. But here's a problem that you're going to encounter working with these guys. You're going to need a lot of clearance in between your sink and your original plumbing. Here's a different sink, but with the same setup, and you can see that there's only about 3 or 4 inches, but I need a whole lot more room for this thing to slide over top of the original tailpipe and then insert into the plumbing. So it's going to involve cutting the plumbing regardless to bring this guy down about 4 inches. And if you're going to start cutting plumbing, well, you might as well rebuild the P-trap. It'd probably even be easier. But keep this product in mind because it might work for your application, and I'll link it in the description below. Now, for those of you who didn't have an adjustable P-trap and don't have the option of using that flexible downpipe, or just want to do it like a plumber would, then we're going to be making a fun trip to Home Depot, buying all the pieces we need to rebuild this P-trap exactly as it is. For those who didn't have an adjustable P-trap, we're going to make sure this time we're buying one so that we can easily adjust left to right with the new P-trap, and then be cutting off at the wall and reinstalling the new P-trap with a coupling at the correct distance from the wall so that it aligns front to back. Alright, so this is what your Home Depot shopping haul is going to look like. This is the old P-trap already removed from the wall. I'll show you how to do that in a second. You'll be buying 4 parts, and you'll be buying 1.5 inch plumbing. There's also 2 inch plumbing at Home Depot, but under the sink plumbing is 1.5 inch for everything. You'll be buying your P-trap. It's going to cost you $6. Then you're going to buy an adapter that's going to help you connect your new P-trap to the existing plumbing coming out of the wall. That's $1. And a P-trap adapter that's going to sit on top of the straight pipe, and that's where your sink plumbing inserts into. That's going to cost you $3. And if you don't already have, you're going to have to buy some plumber cement, and that's going to cost you $5. Lastly, you're going to need a piece of straight pipe. Shortest piece you can find will be 3 feet, and for that you're going to pay $4. We're going to start by cutting the piece of straight pipe that we need. We're going to test fit everything together like Lego, but we're not going to glue. We're not going to glue to the very last stage after all the test fitting and alignment with the sink has been done. And to do the cutting, you can use one of 3 things. You have a ratchet cutter that cuts through like butter, very nice and quick. You have a wheel cutter that just rotates around the pipe and you tighten as you go, etching into the pipe until it's cut free, or simple hacksaw. Hacksaw's fine. In fact, to cut the old P-trap off of the existing plumbing is probably old and brittle. You don't want to use a ratcheting cutter. Good chance you might crack the pipe. So a wheel cutter or hacksaw takes a bit longer, leaves a little bit more of a mess, but does the job just fine. But I'll also show you how to use this wheel cutter later on, because when I cut my P-trap from the old plumbing, it's too brittle and I know it's going to crack if I use this ratchet. Just take care when using a hacksaw that you make your cuts nice and straight. You don't want crooked cuts, because crooked cuts will take away the mating surface that's inside the joints that you're gluing together. I just like to line up the new pipe with the old, and you can imagine where the overlap is on either end, and then just make a mark where you need to cut. So now that we have our straight pipe cut, we can play Lego, connect everything together, just like the old setup. And special bonus, the $6 P-trap I sent you to buy is actually a ball joint. So it doesn't just swivel left to right, it swivels 360. So lots of room for fine tuning. Now it's time to cut the old P-trap free from the wall. And the amount I like to cut down the pipe is almost the same amount that I need to make up the difference of. So I need to go back 1.5 inches. I'm going to cut back from the junction here 1.75 inches, and that'll be my cut line. If you have to go forward, doesn't really matter. You can cut as close as you can to the junction. More pipe, the better. And as mentioned, this is old brittle pipe, so I'm going to be using the wheel cutter, or you can use the hacksaw. Just a little awkward back here, so make sure you, with the hacksaw, cut a nice straight line down the pipe. And with my cut line drawn, I've clamped the wheel cutter to the pipe in the right place, and I'm going to slowly rotate the wheel cutter around the pipe. And with every rotation, I'm going to stop and tighten the cutting wheel further into the pipe. So I've actually maxed out this cutting wheel without it actually etching right through the pipe. You can see the cutting wheel here and its depth. It's just shallow from being able to cut right through the pipe, but it did most of the work. I can show you. Got a nice deep etch right in there. And I'm safe now to finish off with my ratchet cutters and not worrying about this pipe breaking. And you can use your hacksaw to finish off as well. Make sure you support the heavy end of the pipe while you're cutting through until it breaks free. And there you have it. A nice clean cut from the old brittle pipe without it cracking. Now I've got God knows what kind of sediment down there. I'm going to clean that out, but always after cutting, especially if you're using a hacksaw, you're going to have lots of burrs. Take some fine sandpaper and work around the circumference and the face of your cut. Get all the burrs off nice and clean for fitting and gluing. So with the new P-trap built and the old P-trap cut free from the wall, you're going to see just how easy it is to get the new one installed and directly lined up with the sinkhole. First, we're going to attach that dollar coupling we bought at Home Depot onto the pipe that exits the wall, putting some plumber's cement on the inside of the fitting and the exterior of the pipe. And now with the coupling ready to receive our P-trap, we need to cut a piece of straight pipe at the perfect length to extend it the amount we need it to align with the sinkhole. And to do that, it's a lot easier than you think. We're just going to drop the downpipe from the sink drain, get it inside of the P-trap. We can tighten this nut here at the top just so that the P-trap sits and doesn't slide off. And now we can play with the pivot of the P-trap and get it angled just right at the right height and at the right angle so that it's aligned perfectly with the pipe coming out of the wall. And once we have it perfectly aligned, we're just going to measure the amount of straight pipe we need to cut, taking into account the 3/4 inches of pipe that disappears into each end of the couplings. It's always best practice to take your measurement and then cut a little shorter, because if you cut a piece of straight pipe that's too long, there's no recovering from that. If it's a little shorter, well, you don't have to insert it all the way into the coupling here or here. You can leave a little bit of space. You'll still have a decent mating surface, but you'll have that option fine-tuned. In my case, I need a 1 3/4 inch piece of straight pipe. So I'll go ahead and measure that off. Insert it into our newly assembled P-trap, and one last dry fit to make sure the assembled product fits perfectly. Looks like somehow my 1 3/4 inch measurement wasn't enough. It needs to come out a little further, and that's why do as many dry fits before the finished product. Alright, I cut a new segment of straight pipe that's 2 1/4 inch. I just gambled. I didn't take any new measurements. I just assumed an extra 1/2 inch will do the job. Good thing is you were forced to buy a 3-foot length of straight pipe, so you got lots to play with. That's going in nice and smooth, and these pipes are in all the way. Lots of mating surface for the glue. That's going to be a perfect installation. I can go ahead now and glue all my joints. So we're going to glue this piece of straight pipe that's going to go and meet the coupling exiting the wall. We're going to take the straight pipe out that heads up towards the sink. We're also going to take the P-trap adapter off and glue the pipe into the P-trap, and then P-trap adapter onto the top of that straight pipe. Now it's all glued and ready to be installed into the wall. And now for the final install, one last application of cement on the outside of the pipe. On the inside of the coupling, we'll drop the down pipe in, make sure we align it as we push in. That drops in nicely. And that's it. You're left with a perfectly assembled P-trap, perfectly aligned with the sink drain. Let that cement cure for about 20 minutes before you start playing with the final touches on installing a nut here and tightening the adapter. And there you have it, nice and easy. About a $30 trip to Home Depot, an hour and a half of your time, job done, no expensive plumber required. If this video helped you fix your plumbing, please leave me a comment. I love reading them. They mean a lot and they help a lot too. Also, if you notice, my plumbing in the back here is old poly B, and I had to convert it to PEX piping to get the water shutoff valve installed for the new faucet. If you need help with that, check out this video up in the corner. I'll see you guys in the next video.